welcome back to another episode of Trojan TV. I'm Keaton.
And I'm Ryan.
Today, we take a look at a recent social media threat here at East.
And a classroom spotlight on Mr. Diamond's design and construction classes.
As well as a sports recap with Harrison.
But first, let's get into this week's news and announcements.
Congratulations to 8th grade horn player Ben Wilson. Ben was selected out of over 80 middle school horn players to represent East Middle School in the Michigan All-State Honor Band. He survived a rigorous audition process and will join 100 other middle school band students from all over Michigan during the state music conference in January. Colin caught up with Ben to learn more about this.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Ben Wilson, who was recently accepted into the All-State Honors Band. Tell us more about that.
Well, the All-State Band was composed of the entire state of Michigan. Lots of people tried out from East, and it was like playing 2 songs and playing some scales, doing some sight reading. And that was last month, the end of October. And then, like just a week ago, I got a letter saying I was accepted in.
I understand you were accepted out of 100 people. How does that feel?
Well, that feels good. I'm glad to do my personal best and represent East when I go down next month.
Awesome. Back to you, Keaton.
Thanks, Colin. Tutoring in math and language arts is available for all grades after school on Mondays and Wednesdays. All parents have received an email with an application and sign-up link. You can see your counselor for more information. Girls basketball registration is underway. The cost is $125 if registered by Thursday, December 21st, or $150 if registered after that deadline. Reduced fees are available to those who qualify for free and reduced meals. See the LEAP website for more details and to register. There is still time to sign up for the second Teens and Technology Series presentation on Tuesday, December 5th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. in the EMS library. An email with a sign-up link was sent to all parents. See Mrs. Smith for additional information. Some disturbing social media posts caused law enforcement and TCAPs to investigate a potential threat to the school at East recently. Here's Aidan and Dan with more on this incident.
On Tuesday, October 10th, a parent called the Sheriff's Department, who then notified EMS of a concerning post on social media.
As you all know, we did have a recent incident where we had some posts that were made on social media that many would feel is very concerning.
Well, law enforcement actually took it upon themselves to contact us, and in getting a phone call from my supervisor first thing in the morning as students were actually walking into the building and being informed that there was some sort of social media threat, they took it very seriously, acted very quickly, and truly it was a textbook response.
The students in question told law enforcement the post consisted of song lyrics they had written.
Anytime we have situations like that, like in this situation, we had a student that allegedly was creating some song lyrics, but the lyrics in the song were talking about things that many interpreted as a possible school violence threat. That post was sent to another person with those lyrics, which then in turn that student sent out in another post to a group of other students.
TCAP Superintendent Paul Soma says the district reacts swiftly in situations where a threat is made.
So the first thing that we do, we hope that people let us know that it's happening. The sooner we know, the better, and we get the police involved right away. We don't have the capabilities, the police do, to assess whether a threat is real or, I hate to even say, sometimes people think they're joking around, and it's really nothing to joke about. We take every single one of them very seriously, and so we get the police involved right away, and then they come in and assess whether there's something to be worried about or not.
As far as what law enforcement does in this, no matter whether you're dealing with the Sheriff's Department, city police, state police, anytime that we have any type of concern that may be a school violence threats complaint, we take those to the end. Even if, like in this case, there were no targeted threats, there weren't any students' names, teachers' names, a particular school that was in the social media post, even though that's the case, we take all these complaints very seriously.
Students said the situation was handled very well.
I feel like the staff worked really hard to calm everyone down before it could actually get serious to most people.
I think the social media situation was handled well because we weren't allowed to leave the classrooms, and the teachers and administrators here took all the precautions to keep the students safe.
TCAP's board policy states that students who make threats will face suspension or expulsion as potential consequences for their actions.
Each circumstance has to be looked at on its own merits. There are some things within the law that are mandatory expulsions, and then there's some that are more judgment.
The administration stresses the importance of responsible social media use.
There is no room to joke around, especially in the times that we live, where you don't really know if there's a credible threat or not until an investigation can be done. And so to even joke about something, it's not funny. And it could lead you into some very serious trouble.
This has been Aidan and Dan reporting for Trojan TV.
8th graders, be sure to sign up for the Washington, D.C. trip. Time is running out. You have the opportunity to spend 4 nights in our nation's capital in May with other adventurous travelers. See or email Mrs. Mackey for an informational packet and application. Get your 2018 yearbook order in today. You have until December 31st to pre-purchase it and guarantee your copy. Additional books will be limited in quantity and cost $40. Visit our EMS homepage or yearbookordercenter.com to get yours today.
Does buying your yearbook before December 31st save you tons of money? Does running get you in shape? Does buying your yearbook before December 31st save you tons of money? Does turning your homework on time give you good grades? Mr. Howard, I finished all my homework.
All right, let's see it.
Does buying your yearbook before December 31st save you tons of money? Does yelling get your point across?
The chocolate chip cookies are way better! The M&M cookies are way better! This conversation's over. I'm never talking to you again. Same here!
Does watching this ad make you want to buy your yearbook?
Wednesday, December 6th is the next Spanish Club meeting from 2:40 to 3:40 p.m. in room 912. See Senorita Rydell for more information. Mark your calendar for our annual Trojan TV Ugly Holiday Sweater Contest, slated for Wednesday, December 15th. The categories are Holiday Ugly, Just Plain Ugly, and Creative Ugly. Winners from each category will receive a prize. For this week's Classroom Spotlight, Michael and Sam take us inside Mr. Diment's design and construction classes.
For this week's Classroom Spotlight, we caught up with Mr. Diment's STEM class, making CO2-powered cars.
Well, STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math. And it's about basically the world of manufacturing and industry, applying science and those components to hands-on style projects. Right now we're working on a CO2-powered vehicle. So to give you an example, we've looked at things like laws of motion and mass and acceleration, friction, fluid friction, let's say for aerodynamics, and now the students, they have to design and build a vehicle that will go 60 feet in the least amount of time using the power of a compressed CO2 cartridge.
I enjoy all the processes that you have to go through. So you have to go through your drawing stage, measuring stage, and you finally get to design. And I really like how precise you have to be, or else your project's ruined. I have learned how to improve on saws and stuff, and how to use the basic equipment. And I've learned measuring, and it's just secondhand knowledge for measuring now.
Okay. Okay, and then I'll tell you to turn it on. You're going to have it on for approximately 10 seconds. Okay. The main thing that sets the STEM classes apart is all the hands-on. I mean, they're project-based. So we really don't have a textbook. There are handouts, and there is some academics, obviously. We have to do some research, and we have to dig into a little bit about what it is that we're trying to design before we design it. But then after that, it's all hands-on. Students use tools and machines and materials to make most of their projects.
This has been Sam and Michael reporting for Trojan TV.
Thanks, guys. Hey Harrison, I heard the Trojans came out on top this week. Yes, they did. Let's take a look at this week's Trojan TV Sports Update. Monday night, Coach Bordeaux's Black Tier team took on West and came out with a victory. The first quarter started out evenly matched with no team taking a real edge, but with the addition of Keaton Warner's burst of scoring, the Trojans seemed to have a new life in the second with a 22-10 lead at the end of the half. In the third quarter, the Trojans stayed persistent and kept the lead from the Titans, and in the fourth, it was all Trojans, pulling away and holding West to just 3 points. The final score was 36-16, with Warner contributing 17 points to the game. Wednesday's games were both nail-biting thrillers, coming down to just one basket to determine the victors. First up was the Black versus Gold East teams looking to take bragging rights. The first quarter ended with Gold trailing Black, but while the second quarter was an endurance test for both teams, Gold pushed ahead with contributions from Michael Boer and King Klinglesmith, and a three-point buzzer beater by Ashton Lawrence. The second half stayed tight, going back and forth right to the end, with Black coming out top 31-29. Strong defense by Brett Weaver and the game-winning shot by John Schnard helped the Black team persevere. The second match Wednesday night was the Black Tier team taking on Glen Lake. The game stayed neck and neck all the way through to the very end. In the fourth quarter, the Trojans had a chance to put the game away with 8 seconds left, but were unable to convert, forcing overtime. Fortunately for the Trojans, Parker Schmidt took the ball to the net and scored, giving East the lead. The Lakers came back strong and nearly scored, but fortunately, time ran out, giving the Trojans a win with the final score of 29-27. Check out more boys basketball on Mondays and Wednesdays at East or live on our YouTube channel, Trojan TV East. Back to you guys.
Well, that concludes this episode of Trojan TV.
You can find all of our videos on our YouTube channel, Trojan TV East, and follow our DMC staff on Instagram and Facebook at EastDMC, and check out extended news and feature coverage on our website, The Link.
Have a great weekend, Trojans.
Bye.
Common Good Bakery, handcrafted on purpose, 14th Street, Traverse City.